вот уже треть жителей США в возрасте от 18 до 24 лет верят, что Земля плоская, а почти 15% американцев в возрасте за 30 с ними согласны.
Никому не нравится чувство, что мы находимся на маленьком шарике, который несется сквозь Вселенную. Да, закроют программы с астрофизическим и космическим уклоном. Оставшиеся естественные науки, как биология, геология, океанология, археология и другие, должны быть полностью обновлены.
Hold him. Now you listen to me, you hillbilly punk who thinks the world's still round. I'm here to tell you it's not. It's flat!
He's an interesting guy, man, and, you know, he believes it, so. Kyrie, the Earth is flat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, whatever.
Earth is flat, that's news.
That's news. There we go.
Frequency Radio.
The wicked ones obviously under heavy Masonic influence.
Broadcasting straight to you from a large spaceship currently at war with the mainstream scientific community. Meanwhile, the Peanut Gallery is trying to understand how NASA has just discovered 10 new moons around Jupiter, a planet we have been observing for decades, and NASA wants us to believe they can see other objects out of our solar system. One word comes to mind: poppycock. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Strange World, where the truth is often stranger than fiction. I'm your host, Mark Sargent, the creator of Flat Earth Clues, which propose that all of us are living inside a Truman Show enclosed structure thousands of miles wide. Check it out at enclosedworld.com or just Google Flat Earth Clues. If you can't find it, then you are not very good at the internet. And I hear that's going to be big one day. For those of you listening to this on YouTube, you want to hear the show live as it happens, please go to Truth Frequency Radio for the latest schedule. Currently, the show is on Tuesday nights at 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern. And if it is not July 17th, 2018, you are listening to a rerun. So take that into consideration. Quote of the day from the Peanut Gallery: "It is not beneficial to theorize a car engine if you have not proven the wheel." Gold star to anyone that can tell me who said that. There you go. Mark Sargent 2018 Flat Earth Challenge is still in effect. This is my personal declaration of war from the Flat Earth against mainstream science. I, Mark Sargent, hereby put forth the challenge to any university, foreign or domestic, to loan me a NASA-approved self-contained spacesuit, put me in a vacuum chamber, and pull the switch. For more information on this, please check out Flat Earth Clues 13, The Lost Nail. Okay, so This was supposed to be a subject matter expert show with an Army Scout, 19 Delta. However, the gentleman in question had a little bit of cold feet. That happens from time to time. In fact, it's happened to me probably 4 or 5 times right now. That's fine. But I do have a statement that I'm going to read from him. It is the initial email. And hang on, the peanut gallery is bugging me about something already. No, you got to say the name for the quote. Why do I have to say that? You know what? All right, fine. I'll say the name. The name is Erdnus Gallery. From, so am I supposed to say from as well? Well, anyway, he'll let me know. So anyway, I'm going to read this email that is from the Army Scout, otherwise known as 19 Delta, and you guys will get kind of the gist of it, and that's what the show is going to be titled. And if he comes on one day and gets over his cold feet, it's fine. I'm not going to pressure anyone. Everybody that has come to me has been unsolicited, and I will continue down that road. This is why I say rehearse. Wait, come on, man. And you spelled rehearse wrong. You're killing me. Totally killing me. All right. So let's read this letter. Here it goes. Mr. Sargent, and I will not give out his real name at the end. Mr. Sargent, I believe I have some more flat earth ammo. A little bit of background. I'm a retired U.S. Army Cavalry Scout, or 19 Delta. I'm a graduate of Air Assault School, Army's long-range marksmanship course, high winds marksmanship course, Army Reconnaissance School, long-range surveillance and observation course, and some others. I was a long-range marksmanship instructor for the M24, the M14, the M250 Cal, the M240 Bravo, and the M4, and was the senior scout for my platoon. I've been studying flat Earth now for a few months, and I've come to the conclusion that it's not a globe and it's not moving as proven by the gyroscope. I was also taught about the Coriolis effect, which is utter and complete BS. I have fired many rounds, well over 1,000 meters, and have shot everything from a BB gun to a tow missile. At 1,000 meters, which is where they tell you you have to take into consideration the Coriolis effect, and never once have I fired in front of a target to take into consideration the rotation of the Earth. Let's think about, and I lost my cursor. Sorry, guys. Let's think about I have seconds, maybe a minute, to engage your target that's 1,300 or 1,400 meters away, maybe further, depending on the weapon system I'm using. I have never have time, and no shooter is ever going to take the time to try to factor in the rotation of the Earth. Meanwhile, he is possibly getting shot at or preventing somebody else from getting shot. Also, the Coriolis effect is supposed to affect the bullet's flight because of the centrifugal force. Also, this caused by the spin of the Earth, and either direction you're shooting can either push the bullet up or pull it down, which makes no sense because an airplane can fly through the air with no problem. Bullet is much faster. But you already know this. However, what I'm not sure you're aware of is I used a piece of equipment and trained others on how to use a piece of equipment that can see many, many miles and fire a laser at a given target and give you a grid and azimuth to the target and elevation angle while also giving you your made-up coordinates on the plane. This should be impossible, as the distance the piece of equipment can see should be hidden under 20 feet or more behind the curvature. But I can testify that was never the case, no matter how high we are off the ground. In the higher we did go, you could see slightly further, however, was limited by the actual technology in the site. Normally mounted on the top of a Humvee, which is only, I don't know, like 8 feet off the ground or something, I also have years of experience in navigation and using maps and compass GPS, ground-based radio signals, mapping, and the Earth is flat. That's all I can say. If you would like to talk more or have any questions, feel free to please get back to me. If you can make sure I know you got my message, I'm going to do a little research on the piece of equipment and find out how much I'm actually allowed to say, because it was at one point classified. I'm not sure where the classification stands now. So have a flat-tastic day, and I will hopefully hear from you later. Signed, name I'm not going to read. So there you go. Army Scout, 19 Delta, same as the other guys, just adding on. In fact, let me read before I'll give out the phone number real quick, because this will be a call-in show. Number to call in is 213-233-3998. That's 213-233-3998. Peanut Gallery says Scouts out. That's a military thing. If you don't know it, look it up. It's one of those things they say out there. Scouts out. It's clever. The other number is 720-897-6111. In the UK, don't forget your country code and then dial 44-203-3932-871. And if you want to call in and just listen to the show and not comment about anything, you don't want me to pick you up, you can call in at 605-472-9131. Who else has come forward? Oh, I have a few other announcements, but let me read off the list of people that have talked about Flat Earth from different career paths. United States Navy missile instructor, United States Air Force navigator, a Marine Corps sniper instructor, a Navy submarine chief, an Army artillery radar operator, an Australian intelligence officer, an American flight instructor, an industrial engineer specializing in valves and seals, a career surveyor of 32 years, an international shipping expert, a corporate travel agent, an air traffic controller, United States Army master gunner, aviation and ground training combat expert, USDA surveyor of 27 years, a 32nd degree Mason, an etheric science researcher, commercial airline captain, a commercial airline co-pilot, an industrial vacuum expert, a merchant marine, a United States Army air traffic controller, a Navy navigator, and a U.S. Navy electronic warfare technician. And even though I read his statement, I'm not going to include an Army scout yet because I really, really want him to be on the show first before I add him to the list. But just so you know, he's out there and a lot of other people. If anyone is in these sort of categories and you want to reinforce what you've already heard, feel free to contact me at msargent23 at comcast.net or call me 303-494-6631. Just leave me a message and we can talk about this. Or if you want to come out against these guys, what really amazes me more than anything is that nobody in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, Merchant Marine, and the Space Force doesn't count. That's not a real thing. You say, will be. No, it won't. Trust me on that. If anyone wants to come out against these guys, please do. And why hasn't that happened? You tell me. A few other announcements. First off, let's do it in chronological order. I am going to be doing a meetup down in Los Angeles. I will be attending one. It's going to be just north of Pasadena. I say Pasadena because the other town, it's not very well known, but it's just a few miles north of Pasadena. And that will be happening the 3rd of August. I will be there with Patricia Steer from Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes, who I'll be doing a show with tomorrow at 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern. And DITRH will also be there. And there will be a film crew shooting some things. I'm not going to tell you who it's from because I don't want to get people excited, although chances are the demographic's all wrong. But it'll be a lot of fun. So please, by all means, check out the trailer. All you do is type in Flat Earth Meetup Pasadena, or just look for the meetups that are happening recently. Set your filters accordingly. It'll be a lot of fun. That's going to be happening on the 3rd of August. I'm going to be down there on the 4th as well, leaving on the 5th, and then coming back here to Seattle and heading right back out because the Canadian conference in Edmonton, Canada, Robbie Davidson from Celebrate Truth is going to be putting that on. Going to be a whole bunch of fun up in Edmonton. You want to check that out, go to fe2018.com/Canada. Going to be loads of good time up there. And no, Peanut Gallery, Nickelodeon is not going to be filming down there, although you got the demographic right. That's for sure. No, Sesame Street's not going to be there. Electric Company, Zoom, Bill Nye the Science Guy is definitely not going to be there. But we encourage all people, please, by all means, let's make this a cool one. I'm even going to be bringing my lab coat down to this one. So the end, let's see, after the meetup. Oh yeah, by the way, don't forget, down the road we also have the United States International Conference, which is going to be in Denver, Colorado, in November. So there you go. The phone lines. Let's pick them up, shall we? Let's go to the first one's going to be 214 area code. Let's go to 214. 214, you're on with Strange World right now, live, just you and me and probably most of the country. What's going on?
Oh, not much. This is Scott in Dallas. I used to have the YouTube channel Snafu Radio before it got banned.
Holy smokes. I remember it. Wait, I know Snafu Radio.
Yeah, I interviewed you a couple of times. First time is right when you came out, probably about like 6 or 8 months after you came out. We did one, and then I re-interviewed you again on after y'all had that big conference and rally and stuff, and we were going through the interview, and I said, yeah, you know, I've been following you and stuff. I said, you've done a lot of interviews with a lot of people, and that's when you started rattling off the list. You go, yeah, I got a list of people here. Let me rattle this off here. And I think that's where you even started picking up, where you started rattling off that subject matter list of all the experts. Maybe from that interview we did. I don't know. I'm not going to take credit for it.
It could absolutely could be. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think it kind of probably did help trigger that for you, and it really seemed to help you, because now when you lead off into any of these conversations that you do with other people on other shows, you say, oh yeah, let me break out my list here, and you know, and by that time, you know, you get to like number 40, they're like, holy crap, man, this guy's really been doing his homework, you know. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And and I wanted to tell you, you know, you keep calling that lab coat, the professional name, it's called a schmock, SMOCK.
That good point. I did not know that, and I was shopping around for those for a better part of a day.
Yeah, so just type in schmock, and you'll pull them all up all over the place.
Right on. That's really, really cool. So, if you don't mind me asking, what happened to Snafu Radio?
Oh, I got banned when they came out with the first really round of all the censorship. I got like two strikes immediately, and I was interviewing a guy. His name was Cody. Well, it still is Cody Snodgrass, and this guy was a Black Ops operator for the CIA. And several of his videos, they pegged those, and you know, they were just like hard on my channel, you know, and because I was pretty confrontational, especially when I came out with, you know, the flat earth stuff, because I was really just like bitch slapping people, you know, with the facts and stuff, and all my neighbors thought I was crazy. And then later on, as you know, it started progressing, people were like, maybe you're not so crazy. Yeah, you're still crazy. I was like, okay, but still, you know, a lot of people are starting to, you know, open their minds up because more people are talking about it now. And so that's a good thing, because the mind is like a parachute, only works if it's open.
That's good. I like that.
So my channel's banned and or censored, scrubbed from the internet, as I like to call it, flushed down the memory hole. So, you know, it's just a matter of time before they start just totally hating on flat earth, and they'll just, you know, I mean, I know y'all are already talking about it. It's just, it could be, you know, whatever they deem as hate speech or, you know, conspiracy theories, and say, sure, yeah, we can't have you know, out here, you know, warping the minds of people, you know, and getting them to actually, you know, unplug from the mainstream media. We can't have that. We got to program everybody. That's why they call it programming.
Right. Well, so far it's been okay. I mean, I remember you're talking about the adpocalypse when they were going after certain conspiracies, but Flat Earth only lost about 10%. And you know, none of the really big channels went down right away, and I suffered almost nothing. They really were focusing on false flags, especially the local stuff like false shootings, things like that. And yeah, they were not kind. They were calling it community guideline strikes, and it was not pleasant. But no, I'm not that concerned. I mean, Flat Earth generates a lot of viewing time for them. A lot of you don't forget the YouTube programmer that came out, a couple months ago now, and he was talking about the algorithms, how things get recommended, and he goes, the average person that gets into Flat Earth watches 20 videos in a row, and if you're any sort of producer, any sort of programming guy, you know how valuable that is, because YouTube, like anything, they want you to stay there 24 hours a day if you can. So anyway, we'll see. But I'm sorry you got knocked out. Did you bounce back? Did you open up a new channel?
I was kind of hoping to see if old Mike Adams was going to come through, and I would, keep the same original name, and but his platform hasn't came, completely around yet. So it was supposed to launch July 4th, and that's come and gone. So,
got it.
But if it happens, it happens. But it's such a pain in the butt to have to do all that. One thing that I was going to kind of touch on, though, is, enough of me about whining about my crap. I was looking, I was thinking about the sun and, how the orbit of the sun going around the earth and everything. And then, the angle of the sun and how it's kind of working out. So I was just kind of goofing around. I started looking up some pictures, and it's funny because when you type in, you want to look at the degrees or the angle of the sun, all the pictures come up with a flat plane with a dome on top. And, and you have to kind of really, then you type it in for the circumference of the sun going around on the flat plane model. Because I was just really kind of trying to figure out the corkscrew effect of the sun going up and down because, like those people that were in Alaska, I guess, and the sun never set.
Right. D Marble was up there.
That was
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought did that guy come out with some more video or something? I thought you said he was up there doing.
He did. Yeah. D Marble did a couple of videos, I think, on the whole Alaska trip, and it was good. You should check it out if you get a chance. Hey, I hate to do this to you, but I've got a few more calls I got to grab. It is a call-in show. But
yeah, no worries, man. But have a good show, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right, man. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. All right, let's jump over to 612 area code. Don't know who this is, but I'm sure I'm not looking forward to it. 612, you're on with Strange World right now.
Hey, Mark. Flat Earth News Talk. Wesley Stace. Wait for it. Go.
Oh, my God. Wes.
The restraining orders no longer work, so you're going to have to send out a hitman.
Look, I don't know why the words cease and desist mean nothing to you. Boy, it's come on, man. It's
too bad you kicked the other guy off. I was really listening to that. I hope he does get his channel back up, because I too used to listen to his stuff too.
Right. Do you have anything to add this evening, or are you kind of?
No. Oh yeah. No, I was going to actually add something today.
Okay. Go. Good.
Yeah, I'm not going to be the expert of nothing today. Which, by the way, you still need to have me on the show for that. I'll talk about nothing.
The expert of nothing.
Literally. Nothing. Yep. Expert of nothing. There you go. Anyhow, as I did with Jaron, I went and I called into Jaron's show and was mentioning to him that Larry King still has a little show going on. Now it's on YouTube and Netflix called Larry King Now. And he had Neil deGrasse Tyson on. And it was just so funny because I'm like, I didn't even get to watch the whole thing. And I went ahead and I called Jaron, told him about it. And I said, just check it out. I'm sure you'll be able to find something in there. And sure enough, after I got done talking to him, I went there and finished watching the video. And yeah, he brought up Flat Earth and how absolutely uneducated we are in this system today, that our education is so terrible.
Yeah,
I don't get that, man.
He probably shouldn't be throwing stones at the uneducated masses if he's going to be walking the same sidewalks with them.
Yeah, exactly. All right, what's my quote for today? The peanut gallery wouldn't answer my texting.
Well, that's because he just doesn't like you much as a person. The quote is the best way to keep a prisoner from escaping is to make sure he never knows he's in prison. Oh, that's good. Yeah,
you know what? That's the third week in a row he has talked about prison. All right, he doesn't get it. I got released. I'm no longer there.
Well, Well, house arrest still counts as something, doesn't it? I mean, you got low jacked and. Anyway,
It's too funny. Well, let's get on with your calls, man.
Okay, man. Hey, you have a good one.
Yep, you too. And I'm saying hi to all my fellow flat earthers out there. Not going to name names. You know who you are.
Okay. Have a good one, Wes.
All right, later. Bye.
Bye. All right, let's jump over to 914 area code. Could be out of New York. New York, you get about 3 minutes, unfortunately, unless you have a big, long thing you want to talk about. Then we'll carry you through the break. New York.
Hey, Mark. Yeah, well, of course, I always do.
What's up?
Yeah, no. Hey, how you doing? I just want to give you my experience last week. I was on vacation. I was up in Wyndham, New York, and I walked into this restaurant. I just went out and just laid it out on front of everybody. Told everybody in the entire restaurant, which is a local place. You know, if you got a very small town here, it's during the summertime. Everybody goes there. They gather at about 10 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock, and I just had to walk in there and I had to tell everybody about Flat Earth. And I was thinking about a commercial that I saw a while ago. I'm not going to name the name because I don't want to give any credits out to any of these companies at all. But it was an upside down umbrella. Okay. Mm-hmm. And this girl turned over to me and she said, you know, you're turning my life upside down. And that's exactly what Flat Earth is doing to everybody. It is actually turning people's lives upside down. And that's the way you have to look at Flat Earth. And that's really the way to understand it. And people just, they don't, but they hopefully will. As more of us come out and bring this truth out to people.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Flat Earth changes everybody in a huge way, and I'm just so grateful that 90% of the time it's positive. You know, it's a testament that after 3 years we haven't had anybody do something horrible. And can you say that about anything else? I mean, there's a lot considering the mind altering properties of it. It's amazing to see all these people doing positive things.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, and not only that, I mean, just, you know, telling family members, you know, and right. Seeing that, you know, hey, look, this is somebody that we've all grown up with, you know. I mean, this is somebody that we've known for such a long period of time. Right. And you're actually bringing this truth out and talking to them in a civil tone. And that's what people have to do. They can't go sit there and attack people. It's not going to work. You know, right. I mean, it's just not going to work at all. You've got to just, you know, hey, you know, slip it in there in a conversation. Yep. Flat Earth, what? What are you talking about?
Yeah, agreed. Hey, we're going to,
you know, earlier
we're going to break in about 20 seconds. Do you want to continue through the break, or do you want to, or you think you're wrapping it up?
No. Well, if it's all right, can I get another minute or two in there?
Sure. You're gonna have to wait 3 minutes, but we're going to music in right about now. So I'm gonna put you on mute during the break. Okay.
Real people, real radio. Wherever you are, make it TFR. The Truth Frequency Radio.
Welcome back to Strange World, part 2 of 4. It is a call-in show. The call-in number is 720-897-6111 or 213-233-3998. We have New York on the line. New York, are you still there? Hey, New York, wake up.
Hey, Mark. Thanks for letting me run that.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm here. All right, thanks for letting me run through. Okay, do that commercial. That's great. Hey, it's terrific. Thanks. Yeah. Starting off section 2. That's terrific. All right. Well, just a couple of things I just want to all right. I mean, earlier when you first started the show, you've got Army, Air Force, Marines. Anybody who's involved with that at all, please contact Mark Sargent. Okay? If you're listening to this show, please contact him. Let it all out. Let us know, okay? Because you are the only ones up in the jets. You are the people that can see everything that's up there. We can't. We're on these commercial airliners in third class. Even if you're in first class, you can't see stuff anyway. It doesn't make a difference. Okay. So just in the last couple of days, which I've noticed, I've been doing my homework. NASA finds something falls from the sky. It's like the size of, I don't know, whatever, a go-kart or something like that. It lands in the ocean, and NASA's been trying to look for this particular item. What that is, I have no idea. Complete nonsense, because obviously, I'm not gonna tell people out there. You got to do your research. Okay, right. I'm just implying the research that I've done. There is no space out there. Okay, obviously.
Sure.
And then I'm sorry, Mark.
No, go ahead. You're good.
Okay, all right. So the European Space Station. They are zooming in on this ridiculous thing that is obviously CGI. Of a planet forming around a new star, and it's completely blacked out because, of course, you have to do that. It's just so sad. It really is. They've got all of this CGI coming out there. They've got the people that are indoctrinated, like I was, and like all of you were originally.
Right.
That some of them I just don't think will ever wake up at all. I just don't know what the block is and how to get through that, right. and really just, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I hear you. Anything else?
Oh, no, I just want to, say hi to everybody out there in the UK, everybody here in New York. I didn't get that thing from, I didn't even know there's something going on down in New York City. I'm going to be there right on Times Square. Absolutely.
Oh,
I'm there all day.
I just put that trailer out today. A woman had contacted me and said, "Yeah."
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I just got that today, and I was just scrambling to get as many promos as I could, and so I did 2 for New York. One was using the old Kiss song, "Back in the New York Groove," and the other was Frank Sinatra, of course.
Okay,
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Frank Sinatra. What? That's even better. No, I'll definitely be down with that. Anybody from New York, head down there. It's an activist thing. Exactly what they're doing out in the UK. It's nothing like hanging out in the bar. This is real stuff. This is real people doing this stuff. I'm going to contact her. I'll him or whomever it may be. Zulu One, Dirt, everybody from New York. Wesley. Just saying hi to everybody. Just thanks for having me on. All right.
Cool. Hey, you have a good one, man.
Patricia, of course. Yes, definitely.
All right. Have a good one, man.
You too.
Bye-bye. All right. So let's jump right over to 315 area code. 315, you're on live with Strange World. What are we talking about?
Hi, this is Amy from Syracuse. We met at the Raleigh conference. I was the one selling my poetry book there.
Oh.
You showed me around the room.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So how are things?
I called because...
Go ahead.
Oh, they're great. Things are very flat here in Syracuse. We have one of the Finger Lakes, Lake Onondaga, and I keep trying to get a meetup together to, just do the science and make sure it's flat with a few other people.
Right.
But I haven't really set a date for that. And Zulu One and I talked for a while, and we're trying to get a meetup together in Albany, kind of meet in the middle. But yeah, we're still trying to figure out a date for that one too. But I called to give you a story.
Okay.
I have actually a quote for Peanut Gallery and a story for you. The quote is from a poem, since I'm a poet, from somebody named Bonnie Thurston, and it is: there are infinite numbers of ways to be bent, but only one to be flat.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, I liked it.
Good.
And, okay, so then I have to tell you this story. I have had the same best friend since 7th grade. And I'm not going to tell you how long that is, but it's over 30 years anyway.
All right.
And he lives in Tacoma, you know, home of our friend D. Marble.
Yeah.
So you know Flat Earth is going around there, but I have not been able to convince her of it.
Okay.
However, her first reaction when I told her that I was a flat earther was, "You sound psychotic." She texted that to me. So we have progressed from there. She no longer thinks I'm psychotic. She thinks I'm a very nice person with a few weird ideas. But I've always been that. So, but she has a friend in Tacoma, and they were on the beach with the kids playing at one of the lakes, Puget Sound or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And her friend said, "How can you be friends with Amy when she's a flat earther? Doesn't that mean you don't trust anything else that she says?" And my friend very nicely defended me. It's like, "Oh no, we get along just fine. It's just I respect her right to have different views." And her friend was just like, "Oh, I just can't believe it. That's just so weird." Not half an hour later, 2 teenage boys come down the beach and say to them, "We're taking a survey. Do you think the Earth is round or flat?"
Really?
And one of them thought it was round and one of them thought it was flat. And so they were going down the beach surveying everybody. And so, of course, my friend said, "Well, we both think it's round, but I have a friend who's really a big flat earther. So there's one for you." And the other lady asked them, there were apparently about 150 people or so on the beach as far as they'd gone.
Mm-hmm.
And she asked them, "You haven't found anybody else who thinks it's flat, have you?" And they said, "Oh, yeah, about 6 people." And apparently her jaw dropped and she was completely stunned.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome.
I love
and
that.
I believe it wholeheartedly. And if anyone has not looked up the u.gov Flat Earth survey that was done some months ago, I highly recommend it. Just type in u.gov Flat Earth and you'll see all the other science periodicals that mirrored it, which was, it was a British survey done of between 8,000 and 9,000 Americans. And they found out that a third of the 18 to 24-year-olds were kind of on board with this. A third. And that's
it gives me hope for America's youth.
The what?
Although none of my own 4 kids, it gives me hope for America's youth. Although none of my own 4 kids who are all in their 20s are willing to talk to me about it. But that's how it goes.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, the numbers are out there. I'm not going to rattle them off now. I think I'll use this for part of my speech up in Canada. But if you've listened to this show at all, I've run into a whole bunch of people from a lot of different demographics in just the last couple of years that completely unsolicited who just said, "Oh yeah, you're that flat Earth guy," or "Oh yeah, I'm into flat Earth."
Yeah.
Wow, it was just very exciting.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I had one person at church. My pastor actually let me address our church Bible study and tell them the Earth was flat from a biblical perspective, which was nerve-wracking but fun. And one person there said, "Oh yeah, I already knew this because I saw you on Nightline."
Right.
And I was like, "Whoa!"
Right.
Someone at my church had seen me on TV. It was crazy.
Yeah, you were one of the lucky few to get on that Nightline interview, and
it was such a weird interview.
It had over 1 million hits, and they decided to make that one private, and they released it again. So now it's not even at 100,000, but they were trying to like refresh it.
We'll have to go watch it again.
Yeah. So it's no, I mean it's still the same, but it's they did it to make it more current, and like they just released the story,
funny.
And they even did the story again on television. It was great. They let me know before they did it, and it was great to see. So they know that this thing's not going anywhere.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, so I do have a couple of shout outs. That was my story.
Okay.
I want to give a shout out to Zulu One. We had such a great phone conversation a while ago. Like for 3 hours we talked on the phone. This was before the conference.
Yeah,
and it was just one of those great, just like a 2-person meetup over the phone. It was awesome.
Well, I
and
hope
Leslie from
his
New
wife knows.
Zealand.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, she does.
Oh, good.
She knows all about me. And Leslie from New Zealand and all the flat earthers in Syracuse, whoever you may be, we're going to meet up soon. Details forthcoming.
Right on.
And
I
just want to thank you for all the great, consistent stuff you put out there. And Crew 14 was a lot of fun. I like that.
Cool. Oh, thank you for that. I had a lot of fun writing that. And,
yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
My ex is a doctor, so I know all about the lab coat effect.
Yeah.
He thinks he's smarter when he's wearing it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, I have a quote for you real quick before I let you go. The Peanut Gallery actually responded to you, and he said decimals.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
I'm honored.
Yeah, he said decimals have a point. That's his quote. Yeah.
I love it. Love it.
All right. Well, hey, that's about it for you, right? You're done? You're
yeah, you'll hear from me again when I have a meetup scheduled.
Okay, yeah, definitely let me know. And if you want me to promote it, just shoot me a thing. Lord knows I've gotten into the promotion groove recently. So we'll totally do it, okay?
Yeah, that's one of the best things you do. It's awesome.
Oh, I don't know about that. But thank you.
And, no, it is. It is, because we need to connect. We definitely all need to connect.
That is true. I agree. All right, you have a good rest of your evening, and we'll talk soon, okay?
Thanks. Bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right, let's jump right over to 941, area code 941. You're on with Strange World, part 2 of 4. What's going on?
Mark Sargent. What's happening? Hey, Mark, this is Sean from Bradenton, Florida.
Hey.
I called in a few times doing my little Al Pacino impression. And as you said, I killed it. But, hey, I just wanted to give you a shout-out and get your thoughts on Dr. I think it's Robert Sungenis.
Oh, Dr. Sungenis?
Yeah.
Robert Sungenis, the guy that directed The Principal movie from late 2014. Yes. Yep.
He recently debated, I'm not sure if you saw this UK guy, allegedly Dave, otherwise known as Dave Murphy, who's going to be speaking at the conference in Denver, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. Oh, okay. Well, good for that. So they had a debate. Did you catch that by any chance?
I did catch a little bit of it, and I have a somewhat of an inside track on the Robert Sungenis thing, because and however you want to pronounce it, I pronounce it Sungenis, but he had contacted me for a while. We knew a mutual friend out of Canada, and Robert and I exchanged a bunch of emails between each other. And before it was done, he asked me if he could use my correspondence in the book that he wrote. And I didn't know how quickly he was going to go to publish, and he published it really, really quickly. So, and I was a little worried because he, in the first 100 pages that he sent me to look at, I looked up my name and it was in there like 40 times. So he's an okay guy. I'm not going to come down too hard on him because at least he believes that the Earth is the center of the universe. He's close,
right?
But he wouldn't take that final step and say that, oh yeah, the Earth is the center of a very, very small universe. In fact, the Earth is the universe for the most part, and at least as far as we're concerned. And so, I mean, he's there, but I felt bad that he thinks that the flat Earth came in and submarined all his momentum, and that the flat Earth took all the thunder out of the Principle movie. And yeah, the flat Earth is way, way bigger than the Principle. It's huge. But we didn't do it deliberately. And so I'm glad that he's in the circles, and I'm glad that he made the book, even though it's called, what is it, Flat Earth, Flat Wrong, something like to that effect.
Right,
but
yeah.
At the same time, it's like, yeah, I don't blame him. Why not? Why not, jump on, I shouldn't say riding on the coattails of Flat Earth, but Flat Earth has a lot of momentum. So if he had the ambition to make a second book, a second project, and grab on to the train that this thing is, more power to him. As long as he's not a heliocentric model believer, I'll give him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. And I'm not going to root for him in a debate against Dave Murphy, or if he goes up against Jaron or anybody else. But I don't hate him. Don't hate his work.
Yeah, I watched the debate. I took some notes. I think Dave pretty much got hammered in that debate. Just my opinion. I think you could have done a much better job with your 5, because I've been following you for a while, a couple of years. You have at least 5, maybe 6 now with the spacesuit. What do you call it?
Oh, right.
But you have a lot of good stuff. And I think though he's trying to get some traction off the flat Earth, because he's going on. Dr. Kent Hovind, he agreed to debate Rob Skiba, and he has these. And I know you had an open debate challenge to any professor or some university academic body with a master's degree.
Yeah,
although
But I don't consider, and I don't mind saying this on air, and if somebody uses it, that's fine. I don't consider, even though Robert's got his degree, I don't consider that really the best forum. The Non Sequitur show is really just a bunch of science trolls, and I won't be a part of it. They've asked me several times to be on that show, and I'm sorry. I just see how they treat guests. It is ruthless. It is not objective in the slightest. And I feel bad for them, because they're gonna dig in their heels and fight for the globe till its dying day. Fine, you're gonna lose. We've already got the numbers, and they can already see it. That's the only reason they're coming at us. But Robert and I exchanged some very polite things, and I think our exchanges were very civil. I don't think there has to be a debate at this point, because he's closer to us than he knows. He's closer to Flat Earth.
Gotcha.
I really, really want to go after an astrophysicist or an astronomer or anybody from the frickin' academic community. The closest I got, and I'll tell you this if you haven't already heard it, the closest I got was a professor of astrophysics out of Georgetown that a German television station was trying to set up, and they wanted to make it to where we weren't talking over each other. And so they asked me to record a series of questions on video that they would play for him, and then they would record his responses and so on. And so I did my 5 points on long-distance photography, the vacuum of space, the eclipse shadow, the temperature of the moon, and of course the Van Allen belts. And the professor folded like a card table. It was it. It was over. He was like, yeah, I'm not taking part in this. And he walked away. So that being said, I have little doubt that we're just going to see repeat performances of that in the future.
Yeah, I mean, you do an amazing job in following you, like I said, for a couple of years. I think if there's any superhero in the Flat Earth community, you definitely Donna Kate for sure.
Oh, don't give me that.
Between you guys. But, yeah, hey, on a side note, have you been, I don't know if you've been catching the flicks on Netflix about Making a Murderer, about the Stephen Avery guy?
No.
He got railroaded by... Yeah, this guy got railroaded by the county, by the police. And I mean, if that's not another proof, if you can't trust the government, I don't know what is.
Wow.
But yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, hey, I appreciate the opportunity. I know you probably got a few more calls. I just want to give out a shout out to all those flat earthers out there, and you superheroes like Rob Skieber, Jainism, Bob Cannell. I hope I didn't mess that up. And of course, your favorite unicorn, Patricia Steer. And to all the flat earthers out there, keep it up.
On.
And,
all right, man. Well, thank you.
Keep it up.
Thank you very much for calling in, and maybe we'll talk to you next week.
Sounds good. Have a great one.
All right, you too. Bye-bye. All right, let's jump over to Canada. Up there, 905 area code, all the way up in the north, the Great White North, to be specific. What's up?
Hey, Mark, how are you?
I know you. you're that.
Yeah, it's
Go ahead.
What else? Who is it?
Go. This is Ginger Sugarbush, isn't it?
It sure is. Yes.
I knew it. The only guy I know with a avatar that has a stripper name. It's awesome.
Yeah. So, how's your night going?
It's going really well. I am having a lemon drop drink with lemon juice and vodka with sugar on the outside of the glass. I'm actually quite fond of this right now.
Oh, that's awesome. I was about 20 minutes late, so I'm just kind of catching up the call-in show. So
yeah, well,
that's cool, 'cause here I am.
Initially, it was supposed to be an Army scout from 19 Delta, and he got a little cold feet. It does happen. I get calls from military from time to time, and they do. Some of them gets a little too real for them. It's like, yeah, I want to talk about it. And it's like, wait, it's going to be on air, and then it's like, they get a little nervous. So that's fine. It's not easy.
Yep. And we just had social media training at work.
Really?
So I've got to say, yep. So my views do not reflect the views of my employer or my family.
Uh-oh.
They're all mine. Even though I don't talk about work. But I don't care about my work. It's more my family that I worry about.
Sure.
When I talk about flat things.
Sure.
But I had a great stream last night.
Yeah.
Tons of flat earthers in the crowd, as well as I actually got trolled.
Did you?
So I had to put the slow mode on. I didn't think that would ever actually happen.
That kind of trolling. Usually that's one guy. I hate to say this, but the trolls have whittled down to, you know who I'm talking about, right? It's one guy out of Denver, Colorado, and he's relentless. Yeah. Thank God for slow mode.
That damn Bob.
Yeah, it's Bob. Bob from Globebusters. He's the one trolling.
But yeah, it's incredible the stock accounts and how quickly they can just log into them.
Yeah, I can tell again. If you're any good with, if you've got any tech skills at all, it's amazing what cut and paste can do. The old tricks are the best tricks. And yeah, you can load up the sock accounts and just go one after the other. Boom, 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 boom. But again, the slow mode's a real thing. You put on slow mode, that pretty much ends it.
Yep. Yeah, they don't have a wrench. They're not talking.
Nope.
So, yeah, that's why I love the IPS. The people that you know and trust get wrenches, and people you don't know, sorry, they got to deal with a slight delay.
Yeah.
But anyway, I really got nothing. Just wanted to say hello again.
Well, at least you're honest.
Love what you do. Keep it up.
Thank you.
And you and Patricia doing the secret show tomorrow?
The secret show, yeah, you bet. As far as I know, in fact, I can plug it right now. Patricia and I will be doing a secret show tomorrow at 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern, where we have all sorts of cool announcements about upcoming meetups and conferences and, just the flat earth dominating everything but the top tier media. And soon we will take that as well.
Yep. And every now and again you go off into the weeds, and that's fun too.
Well, yeah. I mean, we can't be. Look, I can't be too dark and heavy about flat Earth when people make songs about it. And remember, we've got 260 songs, and a lot of them are really, really good. And there's some fantastic videos coming out. Anyway, you have 30 seconds till we go to music. Do you have any shout-outs? Any other than that?
Scuba Dracula, Effie Hamilton, Zulu 1, of course. And I just got a new phone, so I can't wait to make a whole bunch of ringtones out of flat Earth music for my new phone.
Well, don't forget to go to the
That's
flat Earth.
That'd be great.
Right on. Don't forget to go to the Flat Earth Music playlist. There's a lot to choose from now.
Oh, I will definitely be doing my diligence.
All right, man. Hey, the music's
thanks
up.
a lot, Mark.
All right, you have a good one. Good night.
Have a great night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Censorship and regulation is becoming an ever-growing.
You must unite what has been set asunder.
We are TFR, Truth Frequency Radio.
Major Kong. Major Kong. Primary target the ICBM complex at Laputa. Switch all receiver circuits to CRM discriminators. What's cooking on the threat board? Nothing. Alright, tell you what you better do, old buddy. You better give Elmo and Charlie a flash, man. Bump everything up to condition written. Stand by tomorrow on your base. Major Kong. Major Kong. Hey, what about Major Kong?
Clear and plain and coming through fine.
What about
It's great to be fine.
What about Major
What's
Kong?
happened? You see the string in my legs, Carl.
What about Major
I
Kong?
never told you.
Hey, what about Major Kong?
Welcome back to Strange World, part 3 of 4. Tonight is a call-in show. Numbers are as follows. 213-233-3998. That's 213-233-3998. And, of course, 720-897-6111. We have a caller from 910 area code. Let's grab him, shall we? Find out what's going on. 910, are you a danger to yourself or others?
Good question.
That's a good answer.
Think about that one.
What's up?
Mark, what's going on, man? So you told me to look at rainbows from the helicopter, I think, last week, right?
Right. Look up rainbows when you fly above it with a helicopter. Yeah.
So check this out. So I'm thinking, how are double rainbows made? So I go outside and I start trying to make them. So I figured it out.
All right.
You know how they're made?
No, how?
Okay. So if you've ever seen a double rainbow, or if you've ever been outside when it's raining and you've seen like a wall of rain, and then a space in between that wall of rain, and then some more rain.
Okay.
That's what causes a double rainbow. And to prove this, you can take a water hose with a spray nozzle, and you can go outside with the sun to your back, and you can put the spray nozzle on the ground upside down and do a fan spray and tilt it away from the sun, and you'll get a double rainbow.
Wow.
So it got me to thinking.
Yeah.
So now this got me to thinking I can make multiple rainbows. Just give me a bunch of water hoses. But this is the thing. We're not really. There's not enough information about this rainbow thing. So what I'm thinking here is these colors are always there. What happens with the water that we are allowed to see these colors? Has anyone ever said that?
No.
And if they haven't, I got a theory. And this is my theory. So the color spectrum is always there. So what the water is actually doing is probably interrupting the frequency that the white light that we always see, I guess it would be white,
right,
or disturbing it in some way to where you could only see the colors in their layers. And in between those spaces, the white light is just too bright for you to see those colors. Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to shoot it down. Are you kidding? I'm.
Well, I haven't heard. I haven't heard anything that satisfies, what I think about a rainbow.
Right.
And anyone knows the shape of a rainbow has to have a dome over it, a reflective surface that's a dome shape. Outside, you get a rainbow, it's a dome shape. You
right.
make a rainbow in the house, you're not gonna make a dome shape unless you got something that's the shape of a dome.
Good point.
So, so the colors are always there. The reason that we see them, or we're allowed to see them, is the rain is disturbing that spectrum of light that kind of shines so bright you can't see those layers, but they're always there. And I think that sounds reasonable, and I think we need to spend some time on that.
All right. You know what? I like it. So
Thanks.
those of you listening who are specializing in lighting effects and atmospheric effects and all sorts of reflection and refraction, yeah, take a look at it. That's good.
We could do light shows. We could do light shows with it. I mean, you could do multiple things with this, but
yeah,
I always try to call in with something. Yeah, go ahead.
No, it's okay. The Peanut Gallery chimed in on this and said he was going straight to Wiki and said light changes speed as it moves from one medium to another, for example, from air into the glass of the prism. This speed change causes the light to be refracted and to enter the new medium at different angle. So.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, I can prove it with a water hose, and I mean, it's just So that's anyway. I always try to call in with something new. So I appreciate your time.
Hey, thank you, and let me know what new stuff you come up with.
All right.
See ya. Bye-bye. All right, let's jump right over. We're going back to New York, which is sort of like going back to Cali, only with New York. All right, 845 area code. You're on with Strange World. What are we talking about?
Hey, Mark. It's Mark. How are you?
Hey, it's one of the best voices on the East Coast. What's going on, big stuff?
Hey, I miss you. I need a big hug. It's funny you saying going back to Cali is like going back to New York is like going back to Cali. Not really. Here you're gonna get stabbed. New York is shitty. Terrible.
Yeah, that's actually the city. It's going back to New York. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah. Although some people,
Insane.
as you know, some people just rant and rave. They say if you're not in New York, and you know these people, if you're not in New York, you're nowhere. New York is the only place to be if you want the best action. I was like, yeah, I guess.
I'll give it that. It is absolutely 24 hours a day. You can do anything.
Yeah.
24 hours a day. And I will say that spoils me when I go on away and I go to other places and I'm like, what do you mean they're shut down? It's only 2 a.m.
Oh hell,
yeah.
dude! I grew up in an island. Weird. I grew up in an island when they rolled up the sidewalks at 10. Yeah, forget about it. 2 a.m.
I love that line. They roll up the sidewalks. That's it.
That's true. There are towns out there that close early. And and cops, it's a freaking feeding frenzy for cops because they just wait, on a road and forget about trying to figure out which car to hit any car that goes by.
Yeah, any car.
Yeah,
exactly. Oh yeah, that's how it is here. A lot of the small towns. It's, oh my God, we got a speeder, 31 in a 30. Let's get him. And 5 cars pull up, and it's grandma and You know, it's like, really, dudes? Come on, man. I know you're bored, but geez.
One of my
it's
favorite
ridiculous.
one of my favorite state patrol lines was a cop that it's a true story. Cop pulls over this kid, and hit him with a radar gun or whatever, and he walks up to the kid and he goes, "Kid, I've been waiting for you all day." The kid, without even skipping a beat, says, "Well, I got here as fast as I could." And I know, right? The cop was so impressed by that comeback that he let him go. Said, "Right on."
I would have too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'd be like, you know what? That was the correct answer. Hit the road. Slow it down.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's a great line.
Yeah. So what's going
you
on?
got to remember, cops are people too, man. If they're just, I don't mean to be insulting. I was there, but it's like a dog. If you're posturing and all anxious, well, guess what? I'm going to be posturing and all anxious because I don't know what you're about to do,
Yeah.
You just got to diffuse the situation. Go ahead.
That reminds me, by the way, that posturing you were just talking about, because I sent you a link on the guns that fold into the shape of a cell phone. And
that's awesome. I got to get one.
Oh my! Yeah, I know. I was talking to.
I got to get one.
Yeah. Caroline said the same thing. She's going, "Oh, I got to get one of these," because it is literally invisible to our subconscious. I was reading the article and I actually watched some of the videos, and it folds out in less than 2 seconds. I mean, you fold it out and you take out your two shots in literally like 2.5 seconds. And they said they put it on restaurant tables, just fold it up, and nobody. Why would you? Why would you ever look? And my point was to your comment is that, can you imagine the backlash that cops are going to have over this thing? It's like, well, I didn't know if he was carrying a phone, because everyone's got their freaking phone in their hand when they're being arrested.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
You're right. No. I was going to agree with you. You're right, because I see it all the time. It's like the simplest thing. Stay in your damn car. Don't get out and approach me. What are you, crazy? I want to go home to my family tonight. I don't know who the hell you are. I'm going to shoot you. I mean, people are just so dumb.
Yeah.
Like I always say, I always joke, when I get pulled over, I jump out of the car and I run up to the cop car with my hands behind my back, in an aggressive manner. I mean, how stupid are you?
Right.
Sorry, that was just always one of my pet peeves.
I hear you.
Don't get people.
I hear you. And even though I know it's going to be kind of an extra a layer of burden on law enforcement, because these things, what we're talking about is a two-shot Derringer handgun that literally folds into the shape of identical to a cell phone, and you can't tell the difference. And what was your first response? Like, oh yeah, I want one. Yeah, I'm hearing this. They're the pre-orders. They're selling out already because it is the closest thing to a James Bond gun ever available to the general public. And I'm amazed they didn't think of it.
And you can open carry without open carrying. Nobody's going to know that your firearm is in your hand.
Right.
You don't have to reach for it.
Right. It's so bizarre.
Yeah. I love the idea of it.
Yeah, I do too. And it's ingenious when you again watch the videos on YouTube if you haven't seen it. I can see why people are selling out, because it's like if women, it is a two-shot Derringer that fits in your purse and looks like a cell phone and is never going to offend anyone. Oh, wow. I mean, this thing's got federal regulation waiting for it. I guarantee it. So.
Yeah, I like pocket pistols. They're real nice because it's, oh, my wallet, here it is. Hold on. Bang, Yeah, that's real nice.
No, you should have seen these guys when they were doing the kind of the demo for it. Like they'd be holding their cell phone in their right hand. And it's like, oh, yeah, my cell phone? You want my cell phone? Yeah, here, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, right. They know what's going on. I think that guy's cell phone just exploded in that other dude's face. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's crazy. And I know it's only two shots.
Man.
It's only 2 shots of 380, but still, you can make them count. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, most of that stuff is over in the first 2 shots.
Yeah, exactly.
And honestly, most pistol fight shootouts are within 10 feet of each other.
Right.
You know, I mean, yeah, so it's not. Yeah, it's not like the movies where we're shooting across the parking lot on 9mm.
Yeah.
It's so silly. It's
So
so
what-
silly.
What else
Hey,
is going on?
I just wanted to say hello. I wanted to say I want a freaking lemon drop. I want to try one of those damn things. They sound delicious. Everybody's talking about them.
And it's not necessarily a new drink. I think people are just coming up with better.
I don't think so.
No, it's just better ways to make it. I've tasted a whole bunch of different kinds. I was at a restaurant last night, and they had 10, 12 different kinds of lemon drop, and with different flavors. And it's like, well, is it technically a lemon drop if you're making it with raspberry? But whatever, that's fine.
Yeah, no, it sounds delish. I'm gonna have to try one of those.
Yeah,
I've been still liking my wine though.
Good.
Beer is, I don't know, a little much. But hey, I don't want to be too long-winded. and take up too much time, but I do love you, Mark. You are awesome. You are a superhero.
But thank you.
Maybe I could be your Robin to your Batman, but
wow,
you are awesome. You are awesome, dude. We love you. You make the connections. It's true. It's true. I mean, I didn't even know about any of this New York stuff till today. When you put I'm like, oh my God, I got to get down there. I got to call Cece and the one in Syracuse. We've been trying to get that thing going she's in Syracuse, but we've been trying to do Albany because it's closer for her. And because for me, it's about an hour and a half or so to get up there. And I think that for her, it's about 3 hours.
Right.
Because it's brutal. Of course, I keep trying to talk everyone to coming into Rockland because it's only an hour from me, you know?
Wow. Hey, I have a quote before you go.
Go ahead.
The quote, of course, this quote sponsored by the Peanut Gallery. Loyalty to country always. Loyalty to government when it deserves it. And that was from Mark Twain. And then the follow-up is, does Mark know who said the opening quote of the show? Ask him, all caps, frowny face.
Yeah, I was going to tell you that I know a little German named Klaus, and he told me what that quote is. Do you have no idea?
Did I have no idea? No.
Yeah, it's Peanut Gallery from Strange World in German.
All right.
Not it. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell is that? I don't know what that is. That doesn't make sense.
It's awesome.
And I had a quote. Oh, I have a quote for your 19 Delta. Maybe he's listening.
Okay.
All right. It's knowing that when we wake up and our feet hit the ground, the devil says, shit, they're awake. I love that. Did you hear it all or no? Did it cut out?
No. I did. That's good.
Hello?
That's good.
Oh, okay.
You're good.
It's a good one, right? I like that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right. And for flat Earth stuff, why the hell is the warmest part of the Earth the equator when we're tilted away from the sun? Shouldn't it be what is the closest part of the sun at all times?
Good one. I like it.
Yeah. Very weird. Very weird. All right. I'll let you go. I love you. I love everybody.
All right, man.
Caroline, Cece, Wes, Candy, Karen, Bob, everybody. This is so many people. I'm so happy. It's awesome.
Right on.
It's awesome. I love it. Nathaniel. Can't forget my brother.
No, can't forget him. All right, man. You have a good night. We'll talk soon, okay?
All right. Thank you, Mark. You're the man. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Phone number to call in is 213-233-3998. That's 213-233-3998. And you're probably wondering why I'm giving out that number, because the phone line just cleared up. Mark was the last one on the list. So if you have never called into the show before and you're feeling nervous and you're worried that I'm just going to jump all over you like the Shrek ogre monster bridge troll that I am, then by all means, do try to call in. I mean, I am notorious for yelling and berating and insulting and overtalking and doing all this stuff. And I feel bad about it, but at the same time, I do it because I care. I do it because, well, I normally I'd say love, but it's really loathing more than anything. So light up the phone lines, otherwise I'm going to start reading emails, and Peanut Gallery is going to start yelling. Yep. Oh, Peanut Gallery says read an email. Oh, we're going to read an email. Okay, here we go. Hang on. I'm going to grab an email from, because how much time do we got until the break? We got a little time. I got 8 minutes till the break, so I'm going to read an email. Let's go all the way down to, and as you know, I have to read emails that are somewhat a ways back because I'm at least 5 shows deep. Okay. This one's called Flat Earth. Hi, my name is Sinisa B. I'm from Croatia, and I believe in Flat Earth. But one thing I can't understand about falling stars. What falling down... Well, I got to do this. What falling down from sky if we're living in dome? Thanks a lot. Sinisa Bolchisivic. Falling stars, yeah. What do you think they are? I think they're just rocks being thrown into an aquarium. Because remember, the air that we breathe is really just a thin version of water, 4 parts nitrogen to 1 part oxygen. And, let the friction happen and try not to aim at any major cities. Introduce a piece of metal ore at speed, and that'll generally take care of it. So thank you from Sinisa, even though I wasn't doing a female Russian accent. Oh, we got one. Yep, see, you guys don't let me read these too long. Okay, let's go to 850 area code. I don't know if I picked this one up. Hopefully I didn't. 850. What do you got? You're on with me, Strange World.
Hey,
Don't
Mark, how are you?
I am good. How are you?
Can you hear me now? I'm great. This is Constant. I'm also known as Quietly Riot, and I'm a long-time listener and a big fan.
Right on. I'm so glad you called.
You and Skiba and Dubé and I'm trying to remember who else. There were several that were the gateway for me.
Oh.
But the Bible was first, of course, but everything just worked together, and it just blew my mind. And I sat there in a complete daze. So now we're going 3.5 years.
Yeah.
Of just a completely wild ride, and I'm loving it and hating it.
Yeah, I know. It's a mixed blessing,
fun.
Isn't it?
Yes, the ups and downs. But this is reality, and I'd rather have this than what I had before.
Yeah.
Hands down.
I agree.
What do you say?
Yeah, I mean, even it is. If you would have told me, and you've heard me say this before, if you would have told me, 3.5 years ago, that I'd be doing this for this long and traveling around and meeting up with people and doing the opening speech at the Canadian Flat Earth Conference and participating in a Q&A at the 2nd annual U.S. International Conference, I'd say you were insane. But here we are.
Hey, I'm certified.
Yeah, put it in a certificate.
I'm official now. I'm a goner. Yeah. I mean, I've been called everything like you, so.
That's okay. There are so many of us out there.
It's on them. Yeah, it's on them. It's not on me.
Don't worry. The nerds.
I appreciate you. I admire you, and I hope and pray that you'll keep on keeping on, and just keep on growing, Mark. We love you.
Thank you, and I couldn't quit if I wanted to at this point. So
I know.
Honestly, I don't think I could, because let's say all of a sudden I'd have to go back to a normal career. How in the world would I ever?
We have to have a lobotomy.
Yeah,
it'd take a lobotomy.
Yeah, I agree.
I just can't do it. I wouldn't trade this for anything.
I wholly agree, and not to embarrass or be insulting. This is not the first time you've called in, right?
It's the first time I got through. The other time I waited and I ended up having to get off. So, this is my first time talking to you. In actuality.
You sound very comfortable on the phone. Now, granted, you've had a few drinks, have you?
Nope.
Oh, wow. So you're naturally like this?
I'm high on life. Yeah.
Well, then,
yeah. No, I was listening. I'm like, oh, he's run out of calls. maybe I should try.
You should. There you go.
But yeah, no, it's a trip. It's a trip. And then you have your regular trolls in the chat room too. So it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They're just so dedicated. You know, you gotta have some admiration for them. They're so dedicated.
I do. There's some people that really hate me. They don't hate me. They hate the message. They hate.
They hate the truth. Yeah, they absolutely don't want it. They just don't want it.
It's not like
it goes against their grain.
Right. They don't necessarily hate Jaron or Eric or ODD or Bob or Rob.
They can't. They don't know them. They don't even know them. Yeah.
But they do hate the message, and unfortunately, look, it's not going away because, and you guys have heard it before, you can't kill an idea. Really difficult.
Nope.
So
thank God for that.
Yeah, do keep trying. Any shout outs, any parting words, anything else I can do for you?
Ooh, well, I love the quotes of the days. I've enjoyed every one, and
don't encourage
mine has
me.
Always been
seriously. Now, great. Now he's going to
Mine has always been. Oh, listen up, Peanut. Smile a lot. It makes your adversaries go crazy.
Wow. That's nice.
They always wonder what you're up to.
Yeah, isn't that the truth?
Anyway, yeah. Just keep them, keep it light and, you always know when it's time to talk to somebody about it. You can, when they're not ready, they're just not going to respond, so you got to tiptoe.
Yeah.
And so with me, my brother's a flat earther. We came around about the same time, and he noticed I was posting some things on Facebook, and he tentatively calls me and says, he's trying to, play footsie or something with the idea. And then he finally goes, so, what do you think about the Earth? Have you seen anything about, and he was so nervous. And he said, do you think it might be flat? I said, hallelujah! We're not alone. So he and I both were looking into it without knowing the other one was.
Yeah.
And then it was just awesome. Awesome. So we're messaging the rest of the family, and they still think we're nuts, but now they're starting to see there's something to this. Maybe they aren't as dumb as we thought they were.
Exactly. Hey, Constance, you've got 30 seconds till the music kicks in, so whatever you want to close with.
So, shout outs. Thanks, Miss Patricia, for keeping it beautiful. Joshua Swift, you are kicking it, man, to the curb, kicking the globe to the curb. Keep up the good work. And Mark, I love you. You're a good little brother.
Oh, well, thank you. And with that,
hang in there.
Thank you. 3, 2, 1.
Bye-bye.
We're going. See ya. Have a good one. Call in again.
Keep it flat.
All right.
You bet. Bye-bye.
Check wallet for his name. His face is in the muck. I think his zipper's stuck.
You are now tuned into the truth frequency.
Your protection from deception. TLR.
Truth Frequency Radio.
Welcome back to Strange World, part 4 of 4. And yes, that was Joe Jackson stepping out from his album, Night and Day. All right. The phone lines are open. So again, just like that lovely lady from Florida, this is probably your chance to call in right now. 213-233-3998. That's 213-233-3998. call in and don't be nervous because it's just you and me and and there it goes, just like that. Wow. And I know when somebody like never has called before because the city I've never seen. I recognize a lot of the same cities. Okay, let's buzz this one right here. All right, 541 area code. You're on with Strange World. What's going on?
Hi, Mark. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
Paula from Oregon. I'm good. I'm good. We've talked before. What does my city say when it comes up?
It comes in as Provo TMPHY, Oregon.
Huh.
I don't know what that means.
I don't even know what that is.
Provat Murphy? Is there a... I don't know what cities are next to.
Provo.
Don't know.
Maybe Murphy, Provo, Williams.
Maybe.
It's off Rogue Valley. They call it the Rogue Valley.
Maybe that's it. So what's
the Rogue River?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Oh, the Rogue River runs right through Southern Oregon.
Oh. All right. So what's on your mind this evening?
Well, I wanted to talk a little bit about the new Space Force. What do you think of that Space Force shit?
Space Force. I was a little surprised that Space Force wasn't announced by Elon Musk because it's way more up his alley than it is Donald Trump's, although I know Donald is the only one that can authorize it. It's just another space reinforcement beat, no different than the Mars rover or the face on Mars or the pentagram on top of Saturn and so on and so on. It just reinforces like, oh, we're going to do a Space Force because there is space. We can go to space. Even though, and I loved the wonderful compilation by Hibbler Productions, where they were showing the presidents. They were showing Clinton and George Bush Jr. and Obama and Trump all saying the same thing, which was, oh, yeah, by the way, we're all going to Mars real soon. We're reinvesting money and we're gonna make this Mars thing happen. We've been saying this all the way since Clinton. We've been saying this. And so when Donald Trump comes out and says, Space Force, we're going to make a new branch of the military after hundreds of years. It's not going to be Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines anymore. Oh, no. Oh, and Coast Guard. Don't want to forget them. Hashtag all services matter, which is that we're going to introduce a brand new one called Space Force. And it is not a well thought out even piece of propaganda because, remember, the kids out there are super bored with anything. And what do you think they're going to join? If you had to come out of high school and your parents said, oh, you're going to have to join military service, what do you think? You're going to join the Space Force. No one would. The recruiter for the Space Force would have the easiest job in the world. So, no, it's just it's serious. It's all. I mean, what would you do? You're going to join the Army? You're going to join the Space Force? No, I mean, what? And what? Is it going to be Space Force like the Space Marines with Hudson and Vasquez and Hicks from Aliens, or is it going to be Starship Troopers Space Marines? Either way, it's ridiculous. So no, it's never ever going to happen. They're never going to pass.
I can't wait to see the uniform.
Oh yeah. It's never nothing's going to happen with it. It's literally going to go nowhere. And which is why I mentioned that it might as well be Elon Musk's headlines, who, by the way, irritated me even more last week when, on top of all the other stupid headlines he comes up with, he announced that he was going to save those kids in that cave, wherever that thing was, South America. He was going to airlift a mini submarine down there. It's like, what? Because you have a mini submarine, or are you going to buy a mini? And how are you going to get this mini submarine in the mountain? It's not like it's made out of cardboard. How are you going to pull this off? And of course, before he even lifted a single finger, the boys were out. And then he criticized, well, you should have used my sub. Nobody would have died. I hate that man so much. God. Yeah, I know. It was ridiculous.
I know. He's a pathetic piece of crap.
Yeah. Yep.
I showed my brother that photograph. I'm like, okay, tell me this is real, please. He goes, yeah, that's real. I'm like, a car in space? Really? Come on. What is wrong with people? I don't even get it anymore.
Well,
How do they fall for all that shit?
That was more of a social media experiment than anything else. And that is, can you fake space on the cheap? meaning how cheesy can you make space footage and let the people and will the people buy it? Because remember, with the metrics nowadays,
Right.
you can monitor the reactions in real time. You don't have to wait for people to blog about it or make YouTubes about it. You can, you have access to social media, all the chat rooms behind the scenes, and you can run search engines and say, okay, how many times does somebody say fake? Or how many times does somebody say, not buying it? Or what the hell? I mean, my reaction was not alone, which was when I got that first picture, that profile shot in the car, my literally I was typing back to whoever sent me the link, and I said, "So," I go, who made this Photoshop image? Did Jaron make this? Because it's not half bad. And they write back and they go, no man, that's real. That's like happening. That's live. That's happening right now. I'm going, what are you talking about? There's no way it could be real. But that was my first impression. And I watched all sorts of other people who said, no, it looks fake. And I'm so glad the community just cut loose and made all sorts of videos saying it was terrible. It was the worst, fraudulent, awful thing. But again, there were people that bought it for at least a minute or two.
Oh, there was a shitload.
Yeah.
There was a shitload of people that bought it.
Yeah, but
I still think my brother probably still buys it. I would love to ask him again.
The production value was not good, and you've heard my rants, and I'll do more in the future. Anyone ever asks me about it, I will just rattle off my top 10 why it's impossible for that car to be there the way you wanted to show it, and then yeah. Anyway, I don't want to get. I'm sorry, Elon just gets me so worked up lately, and it ticked me off to no end that I saw him in Iron Man 2, as himself, talking to Tony Stark. It's like, you do not get to be in that movie, man. You are a freaking developer. You develop PayPal.
His mom, I don't know if you've ever done any research on their family, but his mom's a famous model actress. She's older now, and she still does it.
I did not know that. All I knew is he was.
Yeah, they've been.
I mean, I knew he was South African.
Love.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm so ahead. I love to research families. When someone like that comes on the scene, I instantly start looking at their family history, like who the father is, who the mother is, what they do for a living. Because I get curious. Why did this person end up in that position?
Right.
And
Heck,
they're all actors.
You're gonna go down that road. Look up Anderson Cooper. Anderson Cooper from CNN. That's not his real last name. Oh crap. His real last name is Vanderbilt.
Right.
He's one of the Vanderbilt children.
It's like George Carlin said. It's a big club, and we ain't in it.
Yeah. You ain't in it. Yeah, I know.
You ain't in it.
Yeah, Elon Musk, South African, and gets into PayPal. I don't know how much of a process, how deep he was into building the original PayPal application. But as you know, PayPal was eventually became the money transfer thing of the world, and he had a 12% stock share when it went public. And
I think he's a face. He's like a Mark Zuckerberg. They just put a face on it,
Right.
But there's all the behind the scenes.
And there's going to be this little legacy out there that people still think, and heck, it didn't break my heart, but it disappointed me that Shane Dawson, who's one of the biggest YouTube channels, thought that Elon created Tesla Motors, and he didn't. He bought Tesla Motors. That's Mark Cuban bought the Dallas Mavericks. Ray Kroc bought McDonald's. So, but Elon Musk, because people have a short attention span, they're going to be like, oh yeah, because he was more active with Tesla than even the creators of Tesla were. He was out there more, putting himself on camera. Yeah.
He's giving himself that scientist persona. Like he's a scientist, and that's why he can do space and invent cars.
Yeah.
It's a big fraud. It's a complete fraud.
Yep, absolutely. So,
I guess we'll have a new budget for Space Force. I wonder what the budget will be.
no. It's never. It's
No.
it's too problematic. You can't do it. The other armed forces would never allow it because they have a hard enough time filling the ranks as it is. So how are you going to do it? You can't. There's nothing you can. The Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines have a hard time filling the ranks. You introduce a Space Force that's really...
It would kill the military. Everyone would join the Space Force. No
Everyone. I mean, you'd have to turn people away. Plus the biggest one, and I don't want to dwell because but the biggest one is, okay, let's say you create a Space Force and you join, right? What exactly do you do since nobody's gone to space? There's only been 500 people in the history of the world that even have claimed to go to space, and they're all Air Force. So what are these guys going to do? Are they the new astronauts? Does that mean that the Air Force doesn't have the exclusive rights on astronauts anymore? I'm sorry, there's too many toes it would step on. It's just not going to happen. Sorry, and that's not the lemon drops talking here. That is me talking. It's a terrible idea. It's a great little headline because you throw it out there and people going, "Oh, Space Force, that's kind of cool." But until you see recruitment posters, until the media really latches onto it and say, "Yeah, we're actually going to do Starship Troopers for real," it's not going to happen. So there you go. That's it. I'm all I'm going to say about it.
Maybe Trump is really a flat earther and he's fucking with us. Just to get a reaction.
I don't think so, but at the same time, I have talked to people that are higher in the rankings, in my opinion, of things they control in the world. Not necessarily the president, before he became president anyway. And they're flat earthers. So he could be, but they would never allow it. Well, even then, who knows? He may come out and say it. I wouldn't think that he'd be the first one to introduce it, but if he does, I'm not going to sit open-mouthed and shocked. So we'll see.
Right.
Anyway, any shout-outs?
Maybe that's his way of...
Go ahead.
Shout-out. Oh, yes. So we host the most awesome summer festival that you could ever attend in Southern Oregon. And it's happening August 3rd through the 5th. And I'm going to talk about Flat Earth, and we have all kinds of speakers and bands and DJs and camping, electric forest. So if you're in Southern Oregon in a couple of weeks, come to the show. It's called Freedom in the Forest.
All right.
That's my shout out.
All right. That sounds great. Hey, I got to pick up another call. I want to see if I can grab a few more before the end of the episode. So thank you very much for reaching out, and hopefully I will look because
Thank you for talking with me.
It was my pleasure. It really was. All right, you have a good one.
You should come to the show.
I should,
okay.
but wait, when's it going to be?
You should.
When?
August 3rd through the 5th. It's a camping festival.
August.
It's in Southern Oregon.
Yeah, unfortunately, August 3rd, I'm going to be at a meetup in Los Angeles near Pasadena with Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes and DITRH.
Fun.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So
that'll be fun. That's one not to miss.
But you have fun if you want to promo for it.
Okay, shout out to all the Flat Earth. Shout out to all the Flat Earth homies, and I love you guys. I love Patricia too. I always watch Flat Earth and Hot Potatoes, The Secret Show. My favorite.
Yeah, don't watch that. The guy on that show is just ridiculous.
I like it. It's my favorite.
Okay, good. All right. Hey, have a good one. We'll talk soon, okay?
All right, Mark.
All right.
Okay. Talk to you soon.
All right, so let's jump over to, what's this one? This one's up in Minnesota, up there near the Iron Range. Yeah, up at 651 area code. 651, are you like shooting off black powder rifles and such?
Yeah, that's what we do up here. We're making casserole and your corn on the cob.
Corn on the cob. Hey, don't forget your pierogies up there since you're so close to Canada.
Hey, no problem there, eh? Don't you know?
What? Hey, don't you know, Yatter? Hey, what's going on?
Hey, not a whole lot over here, Mark. long-time caller, first-time listener. Thanks for taking my call today. Just wanted to stop in and say hi. And, funny thing that you mentioned your coat of credibility most recently. I was thinking about doing something like that probably a couple weeks before you came up with that. And it was kind of like, I think we were probably on the same wavelength, the same radio frequency. And I actually ordered my blue lab coat with a bow tie.
Ooh. What color is the bow tie?
It's the periodic table.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm as serious as cancer. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was like 18 or 19 bucks, and the blue lab coat was super cheap. So, and when you get a white lab coat, it's cheap, but you got to spend the extra bucks that you get from NASA so you can get that blue lab coat to make it real credible. And I was thinking about wearing the lab coat and then drawing up my diploma so that it makes it more credible.
Nice.
And just kind of hashing it out and then making sure that I show it to the people, like, what are your credentials? And then I'll show them, well, allegedly I wrote this while I was wearing this coat, so it makes it more credible. And here it is. And so we'll try to bring that out to do some activism. And I've been luring in some people here in Minneapolis to come out and do some activism. They're not super comfortable being on camera or anything, which is totally cool because,
right,
we can hold each other accountable that way. But what I do want to do, I said is record audio so that then I can at least give it to them so then they can hear their stuff back. Because I think that helps if you have that opportunity, is to record when you're having open air conversations with people and then have something to go back on, so then you can kind of learn from what you're saying and kind of expect what to expect from what you're going to get from them. So
right on. That's awesome. And again, I the only reason I will not order a blue lab coat. Now, if somebody else wants to, hey, great, fantastic. But the only reason I won't is because one of my least favorite people, Bill Nye the Science Guy, that was his color of choice. And yeah, he did wear white from time to time, but he preferred blue. And sorry, just drove me insane. So.
Yeah. Well, a friend of mine a number of years ago said, I was wearing a blue shirt, and she's a really good friend. I say that and we haven't talked in a couple of years, but, when she said it, she's like, that blue shirt looks really good on you. And that just kind of has stuck with me. And It's kind of been, my color. And it is kind of a baby blue, the lab coat that I got. And, we'll go out and we'll have some fun with it. And, try to have some fun, but also, it's a serious topic too. And I want to make sure that, the viewers and the people that I'm talking to out at the park or the lake or wherever we go, also, take it seriously too. So.
Right. Yeah, totally hear you. I was told that I look good in leather teddies, but I cannot find one for the life of me that can fit me comfortably. So, anyway, just like
I don't think that they're supposed to fit you. Right?
No. Hey. How I self-identify is my business. So.
Totally up to whoever self-identifies.
Anyway,
another thing too is real quick. I am looking at something really kind of big here for our next Flat Earth meetup here in Minneapolis, and I think it might be kind of a game changer. Maybe it'll set the tone for street activism and hopefully encourage other people to get involved. And I'm referring to those who are feel a little bit more nervous about talking to people who are strangers out in public about it.
Sure.
So I'll just kind of throw that out at everybody.
Awesome. That's great. Well, man. All right. Well, hey, we have to say goodbye to you because I got to pick up a couple calls. And now everybody, why are you guys calling in at the end of the show? I can't get all of you. Anyway, we'll talk soon. Okay, man?
Thank you, sir.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. So we're going to grab Texas. We're going to grab it in order. Here we go. 254 area code. You're on with Strange World right now. I don't know if you're going to be the last call. We'll see.
Hey, what's up, Mike?
Hey.
Hey. Oh, you gotta love Josh. I love him. Josh was so sweet.
Yeah. What's happening?
Well, you know, what I wanted to talk to you about was I've noticed for the past couple of days it's been like really super blue sky with like normal puffy clouds.
Yeah.
And then I woke up this morning and the sky is all just, it's kind of like no clouds, but it just looks like a dirty sky, you know?
Oh, all right.
Super dirty, like gray sky, grayish blue. And then about 30 minutes, an hour to 30 minutes before sunset, you could look directly at the sun. That's how thick it was. But you didn't have to even like lean your eyes a bit. It was like so thick, you could just stare at the sun. There was no clouds, no glare, no nothing. And then as I saw the sun going away, it was going like from south to north. And then the sun got kind of close to going out of my sight. And like there was this thickness. You could see a specific line where that film in our atmosphere was, where it was a perfect line across the sun. And I watched it work its way up across it. It was really crazy. And I was like, man, that is some big stuff, whatever it is. I don't know what it, and it wasn't even windy. So it wasn't like a dust storm or something. I have no idea what was going on. I just am curious if anybody else in Texas experienced this.
I
traveled about 30 miles.
What part of Texas? It's a pretty big place.
I'm close to Abilene.
All right. Well,
I'm in Cisco, Texas, but it was very strange. There was no clouds in the sky all day, but it was just very gray sky. Sky.
I don't know. I'll have to look. Hey, I hate to do this to you as much as I would love to talk about.
I know you've got lots of calls coming in, man.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I know you're a busy man.
No, it's okay. Anyone that sees strange.
I'm happy he's out to do what he's doing. Yeah, I wanted to call you in with my strange guy today. It was very strange.
Well, thank you. And
I know people in the city see that every day, but here in where I live, it's not every day because it was like it was smoggy. And I'm in a rural area.
All right.
So anyway.
All right.
God bless y'all. And I hope you have a good evening.
You
everybody.
too. You too. And we will talk again. We'll talk again soon, okay?
All right. Have a good night.
All right, let's jump over. Last call. You got less than 2 minutes. This is, I think it's near San Diego. What's going on out there?
Yeah, hey, Mark. Just two things real quick. You mentioned Trump, and when I first got into the flat Earth like a year and a half or so ago, he was being quoted. I haven't looked right now to re-find it, but he was quoted as saying, I think the Earth is flat because every time I go up flying and I look out, it looks flat to me.
Right. I know, but that one,
you remember
that particular, I know that one, but I think that could have been a fake CNN site because it was out of Germany. And it got no traction at all. Nobody even tried to make fun of it. So if he did, it was kept really, really quiet. So if he does in the future, great.
Yeah,
I'll
I got
look for it. But
I got you. Yeah. You know, I fall for fake news too.
Well,
I did have another point though. Is that that initial meeting with Trump in them. Now, Trump just got off the campaign, the whole deal. His first meeting in the Oval Office was supposed to last 20 minutes, and it lasted an hour and a half. And there were some pictures of Trump with a look on his face like I've never seen. And honestly, that's when Obama revealed it to him, right? He said, hey, dude, I got some news for you. We found out back in the 50s that blah, 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 blah. So here's the real deal. And he just laid it out for him, and it turned out to be an hour and a half, and Trump was just like a different man. I mean, he looked different when he came out of the meeting.
Cool, man. And that's it. We're going to music right now. Thanks very much. And for everybody else out there, I'll be here next week, same flat time, same flat channel.
Right on. Thank you, man.
Bye.
It's a great honor and privilege for us to be here representing not only the United States,